welcome back to City Skylines 2. I am your host, Dr. B. Gaines. Here we are in the town of Lagoontown, and very happy to be with all of you. I appreciate you being here, and appreciate you watching. Whether on Twitch and on YouTube. It's a pleasure to have you here. So, what's the plan for today? Yeah, definitely I think we need to work at expanding the town. We're obviously very small in population right now at 106. Current revenue is not looking great, so we're definitely going to need to figure that out, and I'm very confident that we will. So let's see what we got going on here. I am excited to do this, and should be good. Should be very good. I think that this will be an exciting episode. Let's do this. Let's have some fun. All right. So it's been quite some time since I've had an opportunity to get back into the city, and oh boy, it looks like we're already having some trouble. I don't know what's going on here. It looks like the graphics are all kinds of jacked up. I don't know what's going on here. It seems to be the trouble. And it might be because these are custom assets, possibly. And the last time I had the game up and running, it was having some serious trouble being able to populate. So we'll just fast forward some time and we'll let the simulation run. So let's go ahead and zone in some North American style housing. Looks like we have relatively high demand for housing. So let's go ahead and satisfy that demand. And yeah, just like that, the demand bar goes right back up. What I like to do with medium residential is I usually try to get that as close to the main arteries as possible. It's usually a good strategy because of the amount of traffic that they tend to generate. You know what I also notice is that sometimes the corners don't want to zone properly, so it's just relatively normal occurrence. Whoops, sorry about that. So you knocked out a couple houses. How bad. Well, it's all good. I'll give them a place to stay over here near the water tower. So, okay. Looking good so far. Pretty simple. You know, nothing too complex. Let's give opportunity for some commercial because it's very, very high demand. I always put my commercial on the main roads. It just seems the most logical, especially with the amount of traffic that they tend to generate. want to do some super blocks, but I don't want to go too crazy with it. Let's slow down the simulation. Definitely some type of services, probably schools, that type of stuff. But I don't think we're quite there yet to be able to unlock education and fire and police and all that good stuff. So let's continue with our adventure here. Let's get some seaside type stuff going on. Oh, that's right. I remember the reason why we didn't zone that is because it was giving some roadway troubles in the last episode. So we're gonna have to really think about that. What we're gonna do with that space. I might have to use Move It to be able to do that. I did not install any mods in this series. I wasn't planning on using any type of mods, but we might have to. We'll see. So, okay, let's see how things are looking. Love that seawall. It's a nice view. We have a fun seawall type of street. Now we can see, yes, there's very high demand for employees, which we don't have. That's represented by the high demand for residential. So let's take another look here and see what additional we can do for residential. Keep zoning some medium residential in. Zone in some smaller residential. Now, I definitely want to get some commercial over there as well, because it is a main road. I don't want to go too high on the commercial. Because those obviously require employees as well, and if you don't have enough employees, it's not going to make a whole lot of sense. Should be hitting another milestone here shortly. Let's bump up the simulation speed here. Let's get some more housing over here. Alright. Wow, those the demand for mid-sized residential is pretty high. Let's satisfy a little bit more of the commercial side of things. I don't like building too close to the intersections, just the sheer fact that it drives a lot of chaos when it comes to traffic. That part drives me a little crazy, to be honest. Squash it, and it just keeps coming back. It's never a new battle. So we'll let that fill in. We should be hitting our first milestone here shortly. Welcome to those of you watching on Twitch and on YouTube. Appreciate you being here. I'm a very low-key type of builder, so try to make this as relaxing as possible. So, eventually I would like to name my streets and all that stuff. I just try to think of a nice numbering system. Okay, here we go. So let's take a look at what we got. 50,000 extra in cash. 2 development points. And they must have updated a couple of different things here. So, oh, the expansion permits, that's right. Just don't recall that logo. Okay, so we got access to schools. That's great. We'll definitely get those in relatively shortly. I don't like to go too big on those at first because they drain a lot of resources. The same with other services, so we're gonna try to take it easy there. Let's take a look at our development points. We're currently sitting at 3. Usually the first things I go for are these advanced road services. I don't see the demand there right now for that, so we'll just wait a little bit. We will eventually need some death care, so we'll probably get a crematorium in at some point. And then eventually, yeah, we'll probably go for an incinerator and then a college at some point. Since our population is so low right now, I'm not terribly relying on that. Now, here we go. I can already see demand for death care. The cemeteries, for some reason, are like crazy expensive in this game. I never really understood why. So let's take a look at that just to see how much they are. 114. Oh, that's right. I forgot the game updated, and we have access now to small cemeteries, which is excellent. So that's great. So I'd love to see this asset and see what it looks like. I'm just trying to think of a good spot for the asset. I do like having a cemetery in a residential area. I think it's very traditional. I wish there were like church assets or some type of religious assets that go along with the cemeteries. That's a good spot for them. Let's get it right there. Cool. Nice. Okay, let's check out this asset. Okay, yeah. Not bad. I like that. Okay, well, there they go. They're off picking up the people. So, cool. It's a nice asset. I like that. Right, so it looks like our demand's creeping back up for residential, and I want to figure out where I want to put the next neighborhood. Before I do that, let me go ahead and I don't have district tools yet. Why is that not something that doesn't happen earlier? I just don't get that. But whatever. Okay, so we'll come back to the district tool when it becomes available. Because I like to name off my districts. This will obviously be the first district, so we'll call that Old Town probably. So let's go ahead and build some additional residential. I'd like to stay primarily along this river at first. So if you think about like the way towns were developed originally, a lot of times you'll notice that they started at riverfronts, at least here in the United States. I'm sure this is probably true in Europe as well. think about how close we want this. Do you have like to have a little bit of a gap? Love drawing it straight 90s. It's typically how I like to draw my maps out. Let's think about this here. That looks appropriate. And my email seems to be blown up right now for some reason. Whatever. Seems like a them problem. Nice opportunity for a nice angle. Let's break up this block. And if you think about like old roadways, right? Especially the origins of the cities, they're never perfect. Because a lot of it was never planned. Not having planned roadways is totally fine, I think. Especially when you first start a city out, it seems to be the norm, really. Let's get real weird. Intersection there, like that. I don't have a game like that, but what do I do? Right. Okay. So let's lay in some additional residential here. Okay. All right. So, let's do this. I'm going to use my handy dandy dumping tool here. I call it a dumping tool. Kind of is, right? So, I'm going to purposely leave in a couple of corner store opportunities in this type of neighborhood. I always like the corner store type of feel to things. I think about like the neighborhood that I grew up in. We had little corner stores, small retail outlets on the corners, and so that was always, I thought that was a pretty traditional way of doing things, like in the suburbs, if you will. So having those type of opportunities is okay. Now it's weird that the thing I don't like is that why does it show the demand for employees, and it's not even built yet. I mean, come on. There's some time here. What the hell? Okay, so it looks like we have some medium density housing here. I like having these relative to where we have services for the city or for the town. Oh, okay, I'm gonna unlock the mansion, so that's cool. I'll probably put it near the water. So for those type of facilities, I like having those near wherever they have a direct need to satisfy, which is typically near some type of city services. So we'll plan that accordingly. Okay, so making some pretty decent progress here. I'm very happy about this. Let's do this. I want to get that Rockstar mansion in somewhere. And, man, it's not going to let me do that. It's too far away from the roadway. I think that'd be a perfect spot for it, really. So somewhere near the water, obviously, I think is where you find Rockstar mansion. just seems like that would be the most appropriate type of spot for it, Or something like this. I mean, that could work. Looks like a pretty good sized house next to it, so that looks like it would fit that type of neighborhood. Let's see what they did. Oh, shit. Alright, sink in a little bit, so I'm not wildly thrilled about that part, but looks okay. Yeah, I can live with that. Let's put some smaller houses next to it. Yeah. Those zoned in. Seems like we have pretty high demand right now for residential, so we'll try to get some of that in. No, that's okay. Actually, didn't want to zone it right there, but it's fine. Okay, cool. Man, it's still super high. Alright, so let's think about this for a second. I don't want to go too nuts. I do want to start getting some city services in here. We could zone this residential around the cemetery. I think that would look nice. That seems appropriate to me. Let's go ahead and do that. Cool. I like that. Alright. I didn't realize how large that medium scale is. It's very, very tall. Didn't quite expect it to be that big. I mean, it works. It just, I don't know. And actually, I'm kind of thinking that same for this spot right here. At first, it looks a little out of place, but I can kind of see how that would fit in an actual city. I'm purposely not trying to zone too much commercial at the moment because it's difficult as it is to get employees over in our industrial zone. Now, part of this is because there's no infrastructure for transportation. I think that's a major drawback. So, one of the first things I will do when we get to that milestone is I'll start some bus lines up there. I think that's definitely going to be a key thing to do. Okay. So, let's get some education in. Let's take a look at our capacity and demand. So right now, elementary demand's at 125. The small one holds 400. The trouble is, I don't know if it's upgradable. Small high school capacity is 400. I currently have a demand for 345-ish. I think the city would be way too big. So let's start with a small elementary. Small elementary would look great in this neighborhood over here. And shoot, I don't remember if this is upgradable, so but somewhere over here I think would be ideal. Well, I could do it here. Let's think about reach first. Looks like it'll cover all the existing residential zoning, so let's do that. Good spot for it. Let's take a look and see how that looks. Okay. Alright. Oh, it does have upgrades. Oh, okay, that's right. I forgot that it had extension wings. Okay, that works. think that'll be a good spot for it, honestly. Alright, cool. High school. I think that'll be our next adventure. I don't, once again, don't want to go too big here. Although, it's a nice little complex. I think that'll look nice there, actually. We could put in some expansions later, I think. Yeah, nice. Okay, great. Up to large village. Let's see what we unlocked here. Loans, some mining. Got fire. We got police. Great. Okay, and some administration. Okay, excellent. We have 6 development points. So, seeing as how we have that much now, now's a good time to unlock the advanced road services. For traffic lights, giveaway signs, all that jazz. I think that's a good thing to unlock there. Roundabouts, I'm not huge on those. I know that my European friends are. I'm just not. I kind of hate them, to be honest. But eventually, probably roundabouts. We should take a look at where we are at with water and power and sewer and all that jazz. Crematorium, that is on my list of things to get. I don't even know if we have a medical center in right now. Let me check and see if we have a medical center. Eventually we'll do a college. Yes, we do need fire and police, but we can do that here. A welfare station. I do want to unlock my city hall, but that can come later. It's not urgent. Let's see where we are at for. Well, first I want to check this out. It's a nice asset. Let's see. Okay, it has extension links as well. Alright, cool. I thought it had a sports, it does have a sports complex. But I need large sports parks unlocked. Okay, on my development tree. Alright, fair enough. Water tower, what's up with you? Facility overload. That's not great. Okay, I wanted to see where we're at with power. We're exporting power, that's good, that's good. So we're out with water. Ooh. Good but not good, okay. My water tower is not upgradable because it's a small tower. So, what that tells me I'm going to need a larger water tower. I could start pumping, I just don't think that this population is sustainable for a water pump. So okay, let's get another water tower in. Okay, I really like the way that looks. What's the capacity? 2.6, the small one's 3.9. We have this water tower 7.8. It's a big step up. I don't think we need that much water at the moment, so we'll just go with another small tower for the time being. Now let's find a nice cute little spot for it. This seems like, yes, ideal spot for it. Alright, that should satisfy, yep, that satisfied the need right away, great. Okay, let me zone in some more residential. surprise, surprise, there's a high demand. Once again, for another one of these towers, yeah. I don't like clustering them that much. They're very identifiable, very neighborhood driven. I just don't like the idea of clustering in those type of towers like that. I could, however, see one maybe at this intersection. We'll just let that zone in however wants to zone in. Let's do residential behind these ones on the main road. And I think we'll start putting some more pockets of retail because it looks like the job market satisfaction is taken care of. So let's zone in some more retail. Well, those pockets are pretty well satisfied. Kind of thinking about doing a corner store next to high school. I always liked that concept, you know, a little bit of retail next to high school. That would look good. And industrial, our industrial demand is a little higher, which is fascinating, and it's good. I'm glad that it is. So let's zone in some industrial here.
Hey, buddy, those sure are nice shoes.
Thanks, they're Wofford's.
Oh, that's some fine stitching. Take them off, let me see.
Well, all right.
Beautiful.
Just kind of saving that spot
Soft
for
and
the big
strong.
warehouse.
They
I think
fit
that
like
would
a
great
glove.
right there.
And they look great on you.
Thanks, buddy.
Hey, wait, where are you going with my shoes?
Wofford's. They sure are nice shoes.
Okay, that should be good for industrial for now. Wow, we got a huge medical problem. Do we even have a medical facility? Oh no, we do not. Okay, that's bad. So let's get a medical facility. Let's do a small clinic. Currently have 22 that need medical services, so small medical clinic will be just fine. And see, I purposely don't like putting these on main roads because they tend to clog up the traffic. But man, I forgot where this one expands. I know that it does. I just don't want to get too crazy looking. All right. Let's see. Oh no, that one does not have. That's okay. For some reason I thought that that building was expandable, but I guess it's not. It's all good. Okay. Let's get some more residential in. Just over the past 35 minutes that we've been playing, we've managed to substantially increase our population in the city. Which is good. Okay, cool. Now what I think I'm going to do is we should probably create another neighborhood. I really should get a street coming off here. Like I said before, I'm trying to fill in like near the riverside first. to the other side of the street. But, I mean, I could expand to that side of the street. I don't see why not. We can really definitely do that. So let's go ahead and take a look at our roadway expansions here. Traffic's okay. It's, you know, not perfect, but it looks good to me. Certainly not complaining. Let's go ahead and do this. I think we will come across here. Yes, I know that person's not happy at all. Across there, okay. And then we'll extend our blocks outward. It's never great to have too much access coming off of one point because the trouble is we tend to create a situation with too much traffic coming out of those main points. Looks like a natural block there. Purposely putting in extra space here for services. This looks like a normal progression. We can make these shorter blocks. Not a nice block. Okay, that's much better. Oh, just looking very gross. Yeah, perfect. Nowhere to break. Well, didn't quite break perfectly. We could do something funky with this. We could put like a cul-de-sac. Alright. It looks okay. Not great, not terrible. Very typical type of progression in my mind. That looks like it would be pretty natural there. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and zone. Your typical American style zoning. Just let it do its natural thing. Let me put a section over here, I think. creeping up again, of course. Keep dumping it in. This might be a good section for some row houses. You can see that. Pretty natural there. Maybe on the side too. Good. Looking good. Now I imagine that our other services are probably not doing as great because we done so much. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Fire, 4 engines. It's typical, very small, traditional style firehouse. I like the way it looks. It's pretty cool looking. I can see this fitting naturally over here, so I'm gonna pop that there. I don't want to line up there. Never lines up perfectly, so. That seems pretty normal to me, so I like that. Zoning here. That looked nice. Cool. So we have fire. We do not have police yet. Small station, 6 cars. Jail capacity 10. Okay, so that more than doubles the jail capacity. So I don't know why you need it that big and stuff. Alright. Now I also am not a huge fan of putting police stations on major roads. So oftentimes leads to a lot of chaos because of traffic. So let's do this. I think that will look cool. I was planning on having this little services anyway, so you know what? Actually, let's get it closer here. Oh yeah, perfect. That fits really well. Nice, nice. Exactly what I wanted. Yeah, that fits real nicely. And it blends in nicely with the retail too. It's a nice asset. For the first time I'm seeing this style asset, I like that a lot. Great. Okay, so made some great progress over the past 45 minutes. The town is 1,000 more people than when we started. Revenues facing in the right direction. We installed some police and fire services. We have some education going now. We have medical services going now. Overall, town's making good progress. satisfied with the direction that this build is heading in. So I think that's a great place to stop for today. Yeah, it's a good stopping point for you. So appreciate y'all joining us today here on City Skylines 2, Lagoontown. This is the second episode in the series. We'll see where it goes. I'm kind of looking forward to building this out. I think this could be a lot of fun. So,
Thanks.
thank you all for joining. Appreciate
That's
y'all.
some fine stitching.
And
Take 'em
we'll see you in the
off,
next
let
one.
me see.
Well,
Thanks for joining us.
All right.
You
Take care, y'all. Bye-bye.
Soft and strong.
Thanks for that.